Yeah, good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we had a discussion on string handling functions. Now, in today's topic, we are going to discuss about what are the array of strings, which is also known it as table of strings, we can call it as. So now I would like to share my screen. So the today's classroom discussion topic is on table of strings. So coming to this previous classroom discussion topic summary. So that is a recap of the previous CDTs that in the previous CDT we had a discussion about the string handling functions, and we discussed about the string we defined as a sequence of characters which are terminated with a null character, and string is actually it is a one-dimensional character array, and there are few methods which are predefined in the string.header file, and these methods are string cat, string cpy, string len, string compare, string reverse, string upper, string lwr, string icmp, like that, which are more frequently used functions for performing the different string operations. Appending of strings, copy of strings, finding the length of the string, comparing of the strings, and then converting the string characters into lowercase, converting the string characters into uppercase, and so on. These are the different built-in functions we had discussed in the previous session. Now coming to this today's session for classroom discussion topic is table of strings. So the objectives of this session is that this particular session will develop students' knowledge on the two-dimensional character arrays, which are also called it as a table of strings or array of strings. So the lecture outcomes is are goes like this. After completion of this session, students will be able to develop the C code to implement the string operations like sorting of the array of strings. So now coming to this, the topic of discussion is table of strings. So in C, a character and a string are separate data types. Okay, so a string is nothing but collection of characters. That is also called it as a character array, which is terminated with null character. So what is an array of strings? So a string is a one-dimensional character array. So an array of strings is nothing but it is a two-dimensional character array. Just like we can create a two-dimensional array of integers or floats, we can also create a two-dimensional array of characters, which is also called it as array of strings. So in this following example, it will show how we can declare and initialize an array of strings. So these are the two different methods of declaring and initializing the array of strings. So char ch underscore arr of 3 by 10, so which indicates that there are we are going to store three strings, each having maximum of 10 characters. So first string is spike backslash 0. This is a character by character initialization of the first string. Similarly, tom, this is the second string, character by character initialization. This is the third string, character by character initialization. So when we are initializing character by character, we have to explicitly specify the null character indicating the end of the string. So this is a simple method which is easy for us to initialize this two-dimensional character arrays. So spike, which we are enclosing in double quotes, and tom, which we are enclosing in another double quotes, jerry we are enclosing in another double quotes. Fine. So this is going to initialize this chr array with these three strings. Fine. So these are the two methods. So which is easy for you, you can follow this method. But most preferable one is the second method is a most preferable one. So how these two-dimensional character arrays are going to be stored in the memory? If you see that, so creating a string array is one of the applications of the two-dimensional character arrays. So the pictorial arrangement of this two-dimensional character array, we can see that suppose we want to create an array of three strings of size 5. So maximum we have the size of 5 characters here. So totally we are taking it as a 6 because actual string size is 5 plus 1 extra we are to take, so which is called it as a 6 characters maximum we are declaring here. So we want to store, this is what we are calling it as row 0, and this is row 1, and this is row 2. How we are arranging these three strings in three different types of rows, we are arranging that. Okay, so these are the columns here, we can say it as column 0, column 1, like that, and the end of the string is like this. So here in this example, each string is having equal number of characters, so that's the reason there is no wastage of memory. So every string in string array must be terminated with a null character, and it is the property of the strings in C language. But if you take another example, so how this two-dimensional character array is going to be stored. Suppose we want to store four strings in an array. So the first string is Java, second string is T, third string is point, and another one is Java T point. So here all these four strings are not having same number of characters. That is, the lengths are different here. So this is a row 0. In the 0th row, Java will be stored and then backslash 0. And in the T, backslash 0 in row 1, second string. So like this, the third string and fourth string, it will be stored like this. Fine. So the number of rows will be equal to the number of strings here, but the number of columns will equal the length of the longest string. Here the longest string is having how many characters, that is that many number of characters every string has to be occupying. So that is the reason here the memory allocated to all the strings will be of the size of the longest string, causing the wastage of some memory. Okay, so in this particular picture, the orange part here, what it indicates, that this is the wasted memory basically. Fine. So this is what we are going to see in this and how we can overcome this memory wastage is by making use of pointers to arrays. We can avoid this wastage of this memory. Fine. Now coming to this simple application on table of strings here. So this particular program is going to demonstrate how we can initialize a two-dimensional character array here. So with this five strings we are initializing this. So master underscore list, so which is having this five strings are there, each maximum of 20 characters. Now we are asking the user to enter a username, get a of name. Then we are searching whether this name is present in this particular table of strings or not. So by making use of strcmp, so if str, because we have five strings are there, so I am making use of a for loop for I equal 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. If strcmp of name comma master list of I, if this strcmp returns 0 if both the strings are same, then we are making that found equal to 1, and then we are coming out of the loop. If found is equal to 1, then welcome to that particular name we are printing. Otherwise, if the string is not found, we are just printing a message that you are not allowed to run this program. Some error message we are printing that. So this is how we can able to search a given string in an array of strings. We can do that. Simple search we can use here. Fine. Now coming to this reflections part, what is the output of the following code fragment? So char C of 100. Now C is equal to C programming and printf percentage C. Any idea we have? So these are the options you are given. So you can expect what is that correct option among all these four options. So if you do not able to answer this question, please watch the video from the beginning. Okay, so the correct answer is the error. Why? Because you cannot directly initialize a string to a variable here. So this is not a valid. So we saw in the previous classroom discussion topic itself. Okay, so at the time of declaration here you can do it directly. You can do it here itself. Got the point? But you cannot separately, after declaring, you cannot separately assign a string. So for this particular purpose, what you have to do, character by character assignment we have to do by making use of a for loop. Fine. So that is the answer is error. So the lecture outcomes are revisited here. After completion of the session, students will be able to develop the code in C language to implement the string operations like sorting of table of strings. Fine. So the summary of this today's session is that how we can declare array of strings. So the syntax goes like this: char and then variable name followed by number of rows and number of columns. So the rows indicates the total number of maximum strings, and column indicates that total number of characters in a string, maximum characters in a string. So for example, char ch of ch arr of 3 comma 10, so that indicates that three strings each having maximum 10 characters. So these are the three strings we have assigned to this. Okay, so like this we can do it. And following loop is used to display all these particular strings. It is very easy for us. For I equal 0, I less than 3, I plus plus, printf percentage s ch arr of I. So if you are using only one subscript, it is going to print entire string. Otherwise, if you use two subscripts, it is going to print only one particular character from the given string. Fine. So like this, if you use some j, so for example, if you want to print I from the first string, so then arr of 0 comma 0 1 2, so this is the second character 0 1 2, so 0 comma 2, if you give that, then it is going to print I. So like that you can able to use here. So this is the lecture level practice problem. So you are supposed to write the code in C language to sort the given n student names in an alphabetical order. Fine. So you can use any of these sorting mechanism. You can use that alphabetical sorting. Fine. So any doubts you have in this particular session? So if you don't have any doubts now, I would like to stop my session. Okay. So thank you and all.